Ethan Skolnick for the Five on the Floor podcast on the Five Reasons Sports Network. Just got off a conference call that included NBA Commissioner Adam Silver as well as NBA Players Association Executive Director Michele Roberts and players like Chris Paul and Andre Iguodala, who are on the board of the Players Association. Of course, Andre Iguodala currently with the Miami Heat. A number of topics were covered, but the most important one is it's official. July 30th in Orlando. We knew this was happening, but had to get all the parties together and make the official announcement. So July 30th in Orlando in a bubble. There will be 22 teams. We'll start to get there a couple of weeks before, play 8 regular season games. There's going to be a schedule announced tonight. And then they're going to play the playoffs 1 through 8, East and West. So what are some of the issues? A lot of these were talked about on the call. Of course, one issue is COVID. And this is how things have changed over the past few months since the NBA shut down in March. You know, there were 16 positive tests. The NBA confirmed that. And they characterized that number as lower than they expected. So this thing all shut down because of Rudy Gobert. They characterized it as lower than they expected. And in fact, Adam Silver said, none of them are seriously ill or ill at all. And they view that as a positive. So it's clear that one positive test is not going to shut things down. Now, what if there's an outbreak? They're hoping to prevent that, but they said they'll kind of deal with it when they get to it. It does seem like they'll have some protocols for that, but they're entering into uncharted territory. The players talked about what some of their concerns were. One of them that got mentioned, of course, was family, being away for family or extended family, as long as they're going to be away from extended family. But of course, social justice. And Adam Silver talked about this very explicitly. And this is one of the points that's been made by LeBron James. Not every player agreed with this, but that the players can sort of effectuate more change by using their platforms, by playing, by being in the public eye consistently. Adam Silver said that he believes the NBA is the organization in the world, not just sports organization, but the organization in the world best suited to address some of these issues because they have access, obviously, to a lot of black businesses that they work with, but also some of the most powerful black voices in the world play in the NBA or used to play in the NBA. And so he believes like he's going to give these guys a lot of room to be able to express themselves, and I believe that they're going to do that. Some of the other issues that were brought up, they don't really have a plan yet, it doesn't seem like, for the 8 teams that didn't make this tournament, the 22-team tournament, to get into the final 8-8 in each conference. And there are some teams that are still not thrilled about this because they're going to go 8 or 9 months without playing. As far as some of the other things that you can expect in Orlando, they're going to try to enhance the fan experience. Now, what does that mean? It does not mean fans in the stands. There aren't going to be any fans in the stands. In fact, there's going to be very little media in the stands. The media are going to be separated into 2 tiers. The first tier means you got to stay in the bubble the whole time and get tested like everybody else. There's not a lot of media members that are going to be able to do that, and it's very, very cost prohibitive, particularly with what's going on with sports media companies. Myself, I might be one of the tier 2 media that go up for a couple days at a time, stay off premises, but then I won't be able to talk to anybody face to face. It'll have to be done all on Zoom. The players and staffers are going to be tested every day at the start. That's right, every single day, and mask wearing is going to be required. So there'll be a lot more on 5 Reasons Sports, but basketball is back. We'll see if it goes through there. Obviously, one of the things that was concerning was that Florida has had one of the worst responses to the pandemic. This is right in the center of Florida. 9,000 new cases, I believe, yesterday. But Adam Silver said, look, we couldn't outrun the virus. There's nowhere in the country we could go necessarily where it was going to not be rising. You look at the places it's not rising, places like New York and New Jersey, well, those places were the biggest concern 2 months ago. So because of that variability, the idea was not necessarily to try to find an outpost. It was to find an in-post, so to speak. Find a bubble inside some place. Didn't really matter what the place was, as long as you could keep it secure and make sure that your players, staffers, coaches, everyone else is protected and not infecting each other. So more details on the 5 Reasons Sports Twitter account, and of course, more details on 5reasonsports.com.